Hey everyone, Nick Tischerman here, second oboe with your Colorado Symphony, and we're talking Colorado All-State Oboe Excerpts. This Vivace etude comes to us again from Ferling's 48 Studies. It's super fun, B-flat major, just like a big carnival ride the whole way through. So let's get into it. Biggest thing in this piece is to pick a tempo that's right for you. Your part, I think, says 72 to the dotted quarter. If you don't quite get there, that's okay. Don't play any faster than you can play beautifully. So how do we pick our tempo? What I like to do is I like to take the hardest part for me in something that's technically challenging like this and figure out where I can play that, and then that becomes my tempo for the entire piece. So undoubtedly, the hardest part of this excerpt is going to be that F major arpeggio at the end. So let's work on that. One thing that I like to do that's a little different than other people is that I like to, instead of cranking my metronome up, 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 I like to start at a reasonable tempo and crank it down so I get slower and slower and slower. And so what that does for me is it's kind of like zooming in, and you can see what's not quite clean, and it's so much easier to scrub everything and clean it all up that way. So I'll show you how that works. So we're going to start something reasonable. Dotted quarter equals 50 with the metronome on 8th note triplets. So this is our big beat. It feels pretty good. I want to double check my work by cranking the metronome down. So now we're at about 42 to the dotted quarter. So let's go back to the beginning now and talk about a couple things. With this pickup, gotta have energy and excitement right from the start, and it's gotta be a true 16th, not a 32nd, not an 8th. And be sure to count that dotted quarter really carefully, tied over to the next beat. Let's use the metronome to help us. So first, the pickup. So now I'm going to play just the pickup, the first bar, and the first note of the second bar, looking for energy and looking for rhythmic accuracy. You might be tempted to turn this into something that's really athletic, but it's really, it can be so tender and so elegant and shapely. So let's show that just in these first several bars by going with the shape of the contour of the notes. So we never want to play this faster than we can play it beautifully. So what you can do is show us a little bit of that hemiola that we just got to. Maybe a little to show that there's something fun going on with the rhythm. One of the hardest parts about this piece is that we have a lot of patterns, and when your brain has a lot of patterns in front of it, it really loves to go on autopilot. So be aware of where these patterns change, where you're going to be possibly tricked by Ferling here. Notice where we go from straight 16ths to mixed rhythms, legato, everything to mixed articulations. Always be aware of this piece because it's so easy to go on autopilot, and then the next thing comes at you, and you're not prepared for it. So here, yum, be-da-da-da-dum, be-da-da-da-dum, be-da-da-da-dum. We have a new kind of rhythmic figure. All of these eighths should lift, nothing long. Let me show you what I mean. And again, follow the shape of the line and really exaggerate these dynamics. So now we get to the really dramatic part, and this is so fun. We've got some mixed articulation here. Keep it light, keep it on the line, nothing too punctuated or percussive. And make something really dramatic out of this diminished seventh arpeggio that we're coming to. Should be really operatic, and a huge departure from the kind of light carnival music that we've had before. So now that we've worked through pretty much all of this, the only thing left to do is play it down. Enjoy this one, and happy recording, everybody.